What?
I don't guess you could buy the entire WNBA.
What if I told you a single t-shirt, a TikTok, and a fast food logo just did more damage to the WNBA status quo than any buzzer beater ever could? Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's shirt didn't just break the internet, it broke the league's grip on its own narrative.
Now everybody knows who Sophie Cunningham is. Everybody wants a piece of Sophie Cunningham. Her jersey is the #1 selling jersey in the WNBA. Sold out.
And as 800,000 shirts flew off the shelves in one day, the WNBA's front office scrambled. Angel Reese reacted, and fans everywhere started asking, is this the moment the league lost control?
We know somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer.
You know a league is in trouble when a $5,000 fine turns into $1 million marketing move. That's exactly what happened when Sophie Cunningham, fresh off a game where she took more hits than a piñata at a birthday party, decided she was done playing by the WNBA's rules. After a brutal Connecticut Sun matchup where Sophie got smacked in the head, grabbed by the neck, and watched the refs swallow their whistles, she did what any self-respecting enforcer would do. She roasted the officials on TikTok. The video went viral in minutes, racking up over 1 million views and unleashing a comment section that was pure chaos. The league's response? Classic WNBA. Instead of addressing the officiating, they slapped Sophie with a $5,000 fine and tried to silence her. But Sophie didn't just laugh it off, she turned it into a flex.
So as you can see after the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie are both running up to the referee here. They are both so upset, and the referee is just walking away from them. He won't even look at them in the face. He keeps turning, like Sophie even went up at one point and is like tapping on his arm. He would not even look at them. You guys, I have watched so much basketball in my lifetime, so much NBA, so much professional basketball. It's comical at times when you see the players after the games talking to the refs, because a lot of them end up knowing each other at a certain point because they've reffed their game so many times.
On game night, she strolled into the arena wearing the now iconic Hot Girls Eat Arby's shirt, and the internet exploded.
The fact that this referee wouldn't even acknowledge the players.
Arby's called her an unapologetic queen. Fans flooded her socials with fire emojis and icon comments. Within hours, the shirt sold out in every state. By the next day, 800,000 units had been sold, generating millions in revenue, none of it for the WNBA. And that's when things got wild. Sophie's TikTok following jumped from 300,000 to over 1.7 million in a matter of days. Her jersey sales spiked, surpassing even Caitlin Clark's all-time record. Brands started lining up, and then it got even crazier. Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, offered Sophie a spot in Women of Wrestling, calling her the enforcer the WNBA needed not just for herself, but to protect Caitlin Clark. Suddenly, Sophie wasn't just a player, she was a movement. Meanwhile, the league was left scrambling. Their answer? Consider banning branded clothing altogether. Not fixing the refs, not improving leadership, just more control. But Sophie wasn't done. She posted a selfie with an Arby's burger, gold chain flashing 5K fine club. Rumor has it Arby's wants her to lead their next national campaign with $2 million on the table.
Because her jersey surpassed the all-time woman, Caitlin Clark. The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, got her jersey surpassed by Sophie Cunningham. Why? Because Sophie Cunningham stood up for Caitlin Clark. She did all of these Instagrams, she did all of this stuff, and next thing you know, it all didn't matter. It didn't matter. I mean, I'm looking at her Instagram now.
The WNBA tried to bury her, but she turned the fine into the greatest marketing move in women's sports history. And let's not forget Angel Reese. She couldn't help but react, reposting the Arby's clip with a fire emoji and a caption that said, "They scared are real ones." But here's the truth the league doesn't want to admit. They created this monster. Instead of listening to stars, they punish them. Instead of improving the game, they try to control the narrative. And Sophie? She's become the face of the rebellion. If you think this is just about a t-shirt, think again. The WNBA just got a wake-up call, and the fans are loving every second. But what happened next, when the league tried to regain control, only made Sophie's legend grow.
This arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say, beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit yesterday with so many Sky members being out of the lineup. But nonetheless, she came walking in to the arena yesterday wearing that. There she is right there. Let's just bring this up over at.
And as the league scrambled to keep up, one thing became clear. The old rules don't work anymore. If you think the chaos is over, think again. Because what happened next, when brands, fans, and even rival teams started lining up to join the movement, proved that Sophie's Arby's moment wasn't just a viral blip. It was the start of a new era in women's sports, where authenticity beats control, and the players finally have the power. And the next chapter, it's about to get even juicier. You know a league is in trouble when a fast food shirt does more for player empowerment than a decade of press releases. That's the new reality the WNBA is facing, and it's all thanks to Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's moment. The aftershocks are still being felt, and the league's old guard is scrambling to figure out how to put the toothpaste back in the tube. But here's the twist. The toothpaste is now worth millions, and Sophie's not giving it back. The numbers alone are enough to make any league executive sweat. 800,000 shirts sold in a single day. Sophie's TikTok following ballooning from 300,000 to over 1.7 million. Her jersey sales leapfrogging even Caitlin Clark's, which, let's be honest, nobody saw coming. And the best part? None of that money went to the WNBA. It went to Sophie, to Arby's, and to a growing list of brands that suddenly realized authenticity and attitude sell better than any league-approved campaign ever could. Meanwhile, the league's response has been, well, classic.
They call me, and so it's just trying to make everyone match and make sure we're all just having good vibes, right? You know, the seasons has a bunch of highs and lows, and so just trying to keep a level head on everyone. But I also think that we get to play basketball for a living, and that's super fun. So sometimes you just need a good perspective of like, hey, we're in the grind right now, and it feels hard, but at the end of the day, we get to dribble a ball for a living.
Instead of celebrating the viral
Sophie
moment
that
or using it to spotlight their players,
that
they're
speaking out
considering
beats
banning
staying
branded
silent,
clothing
and that a
altogether.
fine means nothing
That's
when
right.
the people are
Their
behind you.
answer to a
But
player
here's the part
connecting
nobody saw
with
coming.
fans and
The
driving record
WNBA is
engagement
considering
is to
banning
tighten
branded
the
clothing.
rules and hope the problem goes away. It's like trying to stop a flood with a paper towel. The fans aren't buying it, the players aren't buying it, and the brands definitely aren't buying it. If anything, the league's crackdown has only made Sophie's legend grow. And let's talk about the fans. Social media is still buzzing with memes, remixes, and 5K Fine Club merch popping up everywhere. Arby's is loving every second, hinting at a $2 million national campaign with Sophie as the face. Even Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, jumped in, offering Sophie a spot in Women of Wrestling and calling her the enforcer the WNBA never knew it needed. The message is clear. The old rules are out, and the new rules are being written by the players who aren't afraid to speak up. Angel Reese, never want to miss a headline, jumped on the bandwagon too. Her fire emoji and "they scared of real ones" caption only added fuel to the fire. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't just about Sophie. It was about every player who's ever been told to stay quiet, play nice, and let the league handle the spotlight. Now, the players are taking the spotlight for themselves, and the league is left trying to catch up. But here's the real kicker. Sophie's Arby's moment isn't just a viral blip. It's a blueprint. She's shown every athlete in the league and every young player watching at home that you don't have to wait for permission to build your brand. You don't have to play by the old rules. You can turn a fine into a flex, a t-shirt into a movement, and a viral moment into $1 million payday. The WNBA wanted to control the narrative, but Sophie just handed them a new one, and it's written in bold, unapologetic red. So what happens next? Will the league double down on control? Or will they finally realize that the future belongs to the players who aren't afraid to be themselves? Will more stars follow Sophie's lead? Or will the WNBA find a way to bring the spotlight back in-house? One thing's for sure, the fans are watching, the brands are watching, and the next viral moment is just a TikTok away. If you think Sophie Cunningham just changed the game forever, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Hit like and subscribe for more stories where the players run the show and the league just tries to keep up. Because in the WNBA, the revolution is being televised, and it's wearing an Arby's shirt.